Hey everybody, and welcome to Hexiled Gaming. I'm Scott, and I've got a match of X-Wing 2nd Edition for you here on Tabletop Simulator. This match between JackSpartan on the left and Ryan Staniszewski on the right. This is the first bounty match of May. We got Staniszewski going for T81, this unique tri-fighter. Brought himself a swarm here, Techno Union bombers. We got 2 tubs, 4 Trade Federation drones, ion missiles, struts on the drones, ion torps on one tub, plasma torps on the other, and probe droids. We'll see some early locks. I wonder how he's going to use those locks. Is he just going to pile them on Vult? Is he going to spread them out across those Academy ties? We'll see. On the other side, we got JackSpartan flying Vult Skerris, rootless and fire control system. Then a mini swarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TIE fighters. Be fun to see Ruthless potentially damaging his own ships to get better shots with Vult. I've got 2 Initiative 1 swarms. Let's see who's got Player 1. Looks like the big old Player 1 marker over on the left side. Alright. So that does mean the TIE fighters will be able to move up and block the Trade Federation drones. They'll also be shooting first. We do have a whole bunch of I-1s, so we won't be initiative killing. Each of those ones will be allowed to shoot no matter what, as long as Volt or T81 don't shoot and kill them. Who's that creeping in the depths of this casting channel?
Don't mind me, I'm just here for cleaning.
I see. Funlock sees recognizable names pop up on the stream, and he's like, "Let me get in there and cast that."
I want to see that. I want to see T81 actually be flown.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever seen him before in real life.
Nope. People in the chat, in the Discord were like, "Oh, why couldn't it be 347?" And I'm like, the more you want it to be one pilot over the other, the more I feel like I chose the right one.
Alright, looking at the card, I still like a big fan of the way how FFG did like the subtitles. So DIS-T81 is the clever circuits.
Yes, very cute. Alliteration.
Very cute.
While you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 calculate token from a friendly ship in the enemy ship's firing arc to change 1 focus result or evade result to a hit.
So the idea is that you just joust the enemy with your swarm, and then you can use network calculations to use friendly's calculate. You can use the pilot ability to use another friendly's calculate, and you could use your own calculate to potentially change a lot of eye results, right?
Yep. So hopefully we see a lot of calculates around to enable that, and hopefully he rolls enough focus results. But yeah, it's a supercharged network, right? Instead of just being 0 to 1, it's in that firing arc. I'm sure we'll see some cool ways that it is used here.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're like in the range of all the other mates, you have like 2 potential networks with ability, which is also great.
Yep.
Especially on defense rolls with like 3 green or 4 green dice.
Yeah.
Alright, how many points is that ship here?
40 points.
Wow.
Yeah. That has nothing on it.
Yeah, alright, okay. I hope the poor droids get a little bit of help, at least in that department soon.
That was such a good setup. Like, oh yeah, okay, I can see some ways with this how this would work. How much does it cost? 40.
I mean, it's true, right? Like, just compared with like other ships. Like for 41 points, you get a blue scratch on rookie. With,
wow.
I mean, it's a good comparison, right? Like, for 1 point more, I get 4 points of more health. I get just everything better. Like, I don't know.
Okay, I get it. Blue Squadron rookies, so good.
They are like I'm preaching it all the time, you know that, right? And
yeah.
I'm still surprised that in the last update they got cheaper and not more expensive, but that's okay. Alright, but let's focus on this game here. We have a Swarm against Swarm together with a Pocket Ace each. It's an interesting matchup.
Yeah,
good thing for...
Go ahead.
Good thing for JackSpartan, he has the big first player marker, so he has the potential blocks in the later engagements.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be able to block, deny some of those calculates, and get to shoot first.
Yeah.
So hopefully strip some of those calculates on defense as well before they shoot. So yeah, I like Jack's chances. I mean, and if you're saying which of these little aces is better, Vult or DIS-T81, I think it's going to be the defender.
Yeah.
We see the early locks from the probe droids, and I like Staniszewski's tactic here, spreading those locks out. He's not trying to murder one tie or put them all on. Well, he can't reach Volt, so that explains that.
I see Mashita in the chat calling me out, like, blocking these droids chilling on rocks. That's easier said than done. Like, you can get a couple of droids on rocks, but some of them have to move kinda, and you come like those. That will work. And if you can get the right engagement, you can just limit the droid swarm to just one rock they can use. And there's a maximum of droids which can park on a rock, so still like a lot better for the TIEs to fly first to get rid of all the mobile droids with the calculates.
Martin, thank you very much for your sub. He actually has a Kyber Elimination League match today versus Ghost, so we'll be seeing him later. Thank you very much for that sub.
Oh, will we have time after this game to play the new game?
I have it set up in the background. We'll see how much time we have between matches, but yeah. One thing I like about these...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things I like about the probe droid setting up these locks is, like we said, you could shoot first with the ties, strip a lot of calculates, and normally that would mean, hey, you got less offensive mods. But with those early target locks, it means even if you lose the calculates, you should have something to shoot back with.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Vader gifted 5 subs in the first day of the month. Thank you very much. Also, I think he gifted a sub to Matt Corser, who maybe I owe a sub to anyway. Anyway, thank you very much, Vader. Taking care of business for me.
Great thing. Good start to the month.
We do have new, bigger, and more giveaways this month. We'll be looking over those between matches.
I see Molfa in the chat, which is a person I will never ignore anymore in my life. I just like drones more because they're not 3 agility. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, can you put back the price stuff thing on stream? I just missed that.
I'll go over it in depth some more, but we got some Enigma Wargaming alts that he sent with the last thing, so shout out to him. The Kyber cards, those are great. More of the quad jumper emotes, and then if we pass 100, we'll get to even more exciting stuff. Let me get these dice out of the dice box.
That's a very good prize pool for the giveaways.
All right, but yeah, we've got the locks out there. Beautiful looking formation for Jack. I wonder if he's going to keep moving around the outside of the board. He does not want to turn in drones with struts. They don't care so much. They'll go in there.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, the only reason that I'm actually flying I-1 X-Wings is because of a droid swarm, or of many droid swarms that I faced last year in the Space Gems, I think, where there were still like more of a meta think for separatists. And that annoyed me so much that I switched to my own versions of I-1s.
Also, congratulations on your run this weekend. Were you number 2 on Swiss at the end of that first day, or did that change?
Yeah. No, number 2. And that wasn't too bad as a practice tournament, I guess.
The cut was a little brutal, but
yeah, I know, it's great. Like It was fun. Like, I had an amazing run in Swiss. That was like one of my best performances in just decision making and flying. That went very well. The cut game was like the one game where I was just like not using my brain at all. So that was a deserved loss for me, and I'm fine with that.
But hey, you got your invite.
Yeah, I got my Worlds wink wink invite for this year, so I'm fine for. I think when is Alderaan? When is the unofficial Worlds? I think in November, in the end of the year, right?
That sounds right.
So I can just chill for the next half year, more or less. It's very good. It's very good.
We need to do Worlds wagers again, because I'm gonna have fun going all the way.
Oh, I want to go all the way in that tournament for sure. But yeah, like having the invite, it's already early. It's like it feels very, very relaxing. But man, like I know Apostasis is like a big enemy of Dash, right? Like I saw him ranting on Twitter quite a lot, and I kind of feel it a bit because that super dash I faced was a dash with stealth device and co-pilot and piston and everything. And as wingmate, there was Jake for the focus support and Hera for all the other tokens support. So that was a dash with stealth device, which had access to target locks, double focus, and evades if needed.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh man, that is pretty terrifying.
Yeah. I could have get him, I think, with my list in the end because I have the power, but I just got the wrong calls and the wrong decisions, and I couldn't get enough arcs on him all the time, so that was it. So
man, I can imagine that stealth device dash on 3 who almost always wants to set up obstructed shots, so getting 4 dice with access to evades, double focuses. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. All the while you're approaching, he's reducing your agility. Did he have Outrider?
No Outrider, that was not enough for him, but he kind of didn't need that. Like he was just sniping my ships from every direction, and I had just problems just getting my arcs on target, and that was well flown by him. Like I think there was one pinpoint decisions where I guessed like the wrong turn. Like he didn't turn left, he turned right, and that caught me off guard, and then he had like 3 double modified shots with 4 dice into my ships, and that was just brutal.
Alright, we're gonna get some early snipes on the probe droid. Don't hurt him!
I love sniping. Sniping is the best in X-Wing. Like, the range 3 shots, most of the time unmodified. When you get some surprise damage through that, you just see that your opponent is, like, tilting a little bit. Alright, that's a good snipe. 2 hits on the probes. But enough evades!
Yeah, obstructed, long range. Boy, if you need to slow down your game, bring those probe droids.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a TIE swarm spin around shooting it.
That's like early beginning, slow playing. Alright, got it finally.
And he's already spending time managing all of his target locks on each of the TIEs. Yeah. Love it.
We know Ryan is a professional player, right? You know all the tricks, all the little tricks.
Alright, 61 minutes left. Vult coming around the outside. He doesn't need to stick around the swarm quite like the Tri-Fighter, trying to make use of all the network calculates. Vult doesn't need the help. I mean, it'd be if he's shooting, as long as one of those ships is around the defender, he'll get ruthless. Otherwise, you don't really need the help.
Yes. He's just like there for the end game to just clean up with anything left on the board. Like Spartan, he's super happy just trading like droid for TIE Fighter, right? And in the end, it's just Vult against TI and maybe 1 Vulture and 1 Bomber. That's easy for the defender.
So shout out to Shaka in the chat, not only gifting subs, but trying his best to naturally promote the merch store.
Naturally.
Your check is in the mail.
Do you have like statistics for the merch store? Like, do you know how much is getting bought from the shop?
Not. Yes, I can see when. Yes and no. There's not like a bar graph that tells you, hey, you did really well in May, but yeah, there are things that are being bought, yes.
Okay, okay. That would be interesting to see which of the merchandising stuff is like the best seller.
I think stickers. People want stickers.
Oh, alright. And I mean, what happens when we like release the Death Rain Bean t-shirt? Like how well that will sell?
And the Octailed gaming shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh boy. The Funwalk mute shirt.
Oh no, that's mean.
Well,
it's just the face of Molfa and then the mute button above that.
Yep.
Alright, while we are waiting for the first engagement to happen soon, because both players are just moving in the general right direction to fight, one big thing was like, all my games on this weekend were very enjoyable, and that's one of the better parts of the GSP tournaments, like people in general. The community Dion has like created there, generally very wholesome and very fun to play.
Right. That's great.
And I mean, I was in the top tables, right? Like I was winning all the games in Swiss, so we were like in the competitive mode at those tables, but still, like people were just like, take your time and relax, and like little mistakes is no problems. So I enjoyed that very much.
I wonder if all of your opponents feel the same way.
Maybe, I don't know. Like maybe they didn't. Maybe like Funwalk is just like the worst. He's just always talking and distracting me, and man.
Yep.
And that wasn't a casual brag crack. Like I was bragging already in the weekend with like posting the rankings. I got enough of that. It was more like to say that even on the like for people who are gunning for the cut, who wants the invites, who really want to win, the atmosphere was still like very relaxed and very chilled.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
That's something I enjoy very much in competitive gaming.
All right, here we have the droids turning and rolling, giving themselves some distance.
I like it. I like it.
They want to shoot their ion missiles, right? They want to shoot at range 3 and deny you the range bonus.
Yeah. First that, and second, Ryan is already thinking about the next turn engagement, and just look at that obstacle in the way of pretty much all the TIE fighters except for Red.
Yeah.
Like, he just can move forward next turn, or even banking and do more barrel rolls, calculate linked actions, he's fine. But what will the TIE fighters do, right?
Brown?
Yep.
Gonna grapple to this debris. Hold on, Vader. I'm gonna open it up. The bets shut themselves down. I'm gonna open it up for a little bit longer.
Still fine, still fine.
Oh, Brown rolls off. Okay. Does he get out of Red's? Yeah, he arc dodges that Red TIE fighter. And look at him. He's still got his cute little struts open.
Oh, finally got some points to bet.
Yeah, Funwalk the late bet.
Yeah, I had to wait for getting points, right? Like, you need, like, 10 minutes to get points here? 15 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. T81 not going to be contributing to this fight, but can contribute a calculate, potentially.
Yep. Oh, man, this Ryan position is amazingly good for him. Like, we talked earlier about the blocking potential of the TIE fighters. Yeah. So much limited now that they can't really turn into the blocks.
Yeah, it feels like he turned in too soon, right? I thought he was going to go around the outside, but funneling in between these obstacles, not great for the TIE fighters.
Nope. I mean, it's good for us as a stream, as spectators, to see the fight a bit sooner, but a bit too hasty for winning the game. Also, Vult gets the free shot.
Oh, 2 crits! Oh, no. If it's a direct hit, he'll die. Nope. Structural. Nope. Weapons failure and structural. Both of your dice.
That is like the perfect combo, like. Oh.
And it had to happen to the one that's right behind me. I'm going to move Brown up a little bit.
Can we give JackSpartan an achievement for that?
Yes. Weapons failure and structural damage in the same shot.
And the same shot on a 3 health ship.
Yeah.
Nice.
First TIE fighter shooting. 2 hits.
Yep.
2 evades. Obstructed, range 3.
Yeah. That brown droid most likely will die here with a structural in the end. Yep, structural in the end has to reroll because of one too much.
It's obstructed, right?
Yeah, but still structural -1 plus
Yeah.
1 and range 3. So yeah, it was obstructed range 3, so 3 instead of 4.
Okay.
Yeah, pink was shooting first.
Now it's range 2.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Let's check.
Trade
Yeah,
Federation
range 2.
drawing number 4. Yep. Here you go. Obstructed 2v2. Hit crit.
Oh, gets 2 results, but not enough network calculations before it only works on 1, so you don't spend it at all. Just eat the shots. Nom 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 nom.
Stunned pilot. Don't matter.
Yes.
Well, that's on brown, isn't it?
It should be on brown, but aren't all the droids the same?
Okay, well that's problematic, but alright.
I mean, I'm full for equality, right? Like, we shouldn't, like, separate the droids from the upgrades or the stats.
Okay. Here's another hit crit. Spins the calculate that time. For an evade. I think we're shooting into pink now.
Yeah, let's go for some focus with fire. Ooh, not this time. The last shot for JackSpartan here, not even able to shoot into the unmodified droid. Gets the hit crit though. Alright, should be safe. Droids using the droid force here to avoid damage, which is very good for them. And now we have all the return shots incoming.
Yeah, and usually you'd say, well, you know, it doesn't matter too much. You lost a droid, but you still get to shoot. But that's the weapons failure droid. It's a fate worse than death. You get to shoot, you get to throw 1 dice. Unless he's got the ion missile, he'll throw a 2 dice ion missile. Here's the first one, though.
Nice, Ryan.
Wow.
He is angry. He is angry for sure. Look at those dice. Alright.
Oh boy. That's an ionized blue. Gonna drift forward onto that rock. Yeah.
Oh, that's like a very good ionization. That's a rock blue next turn.
So that ship may not be dead, but it, for most intents and purposes, it is out of the fight next turn. Yep.
And I guess JackSpartan didn't expect Ryan to turn in this round, right? Like maybe expected him to fly on the bot's edge one more turn on the engagement.
Gonna shoot another ion missile. Yep.
Yeah, I like it. Getting 1 damage, hopefully, and then the blue one will just fly on the rock and hopefully dies from the rock roll.
Calculate for 3.
Yeah, go for 3.
Is it?
Got it. It's another damage, and then I would stop shooting to blue now.
Was that a missile? Because it shouldn't be 3 dice for the... Oh, it's TIE Fighters. Yep, never mind.
Yep.
I'm still operating on Trade Federation drone agility.
All good.
There we go. Another one.
Jeez.
Can spin the tub. Now this is yellow tub who's got plasmas. So this could actually do real damage.
Checking for range for the network calculations, and yes, for full 3 hits on the plasma. Not as great against TIE fighters, right? But still, 3 dice attack is 3 dice attack.
Now on plasmas, crit results are canceled before hits, which is of note. Oh, doesn't matter. It's all canceled. All eyeballs.
Cancel culture, too strong in 2021.
Wow. Let's clip all the problematic things that Funwalk says. All droids look the same to him. Cancel culture is ruining the world. Any other hot takes from you, Funwalk? That could get you fired from a job potentially.
I know. Yeah, you know I have plenty of those.
2 hits. Oh boy.
Alright, Jack. Eating damage here left and right.
Well, he's taken... Oh, I guess blue took 2, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, blue will hit the asteroid twice, right? Like, that's a very high chance that blue will just die from that.
Alright, uses the lock.
Yeah, on an iron torpedo, the not so good torpedo, and it's only hit crit.
Okay,
like expected.
There we go. There's the third. There's the trifecta of hot takes. Not so good ion torpedo. Hold on now. We're fighting.
Right? Look at the results. Like, I'm doing like 100%.
It was a bad reroll. That's all that was. Here's the
Reset-orientated hot takes now, but a proton torpedo wouldn't have rolled only 2. No.
Weapons failure. Ion missile.
4, 2.
Looks. Ion missile respects the munitions up, but gets evaded.
Nope. Alright, and that's it for the round. We delete 1 droid. No TIE fighters dead yet, but blue is out of the fight for sure, and we have to see what can JackSpartan do. Red, he could do the turn, the 1 heart with red, right? Do they have 1 heart?
Yeah. Wait, what? Tubs or Academy ties?
Ties fly first.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's not close
Yes
enough, I think, for blocking.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Ryan will most likely... let me check that out again. His Vult just a stress. His bombers are fine with just moving forward or banking in.
So, Blue Academy ties doing the 1 forward. You might want to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 hard from red looks fine, but yeah, what do you do with everybody else? Volt really needs to help out this turn because he can actually initiative kill something, and if we look at I was gonna say find the weak droid and kill it first, but you took out Brown, and everything else is still nice and healthy. Now that can change pretty quickly when the defender starts shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the good thing for Vult is he has no target lock on him, so there's no immediate danger of getting ionized.
You also had a nice turn of not having to take the 3 dice shots from T81. That is no longer the case. He's probably going to 1 hard turn or turn at some angle and be able to shoot something. He has a lock already. It's on the Blue Academy. We'll see if that's where he... We'll see if that ends up being where he wants to shoot.
I guess. Pink is most likely getting blocked, but that should be fine for Pink, I think. And you use blue and green as the calculate battery. The bombers move up, the tri-fighter moves up. Yeah, that should be still like a very favorable engagement now for Ryan.
So how can you most disrupt those trade federations with your TIE fighters? Because
I really would love to have the red one doing the 3 hard and then maybe a barrel roll. But with the debris field in the way, that's no bueno. Still, most likely the 3 hard is the best move for red, even going over the debris, right? Because that's kind of in a good blocking position for pink and the bombers.
Yeah.
And then you move green and yellow with banks into the fight, which is fine. Blue is out of the fight. Pink is also not in the greatest position here.
No, it doesn't have access to a 1 bank.
Could intentionally bump into blue, just to have like the back sniper position still ready. And here we have the 3 heart. I like it.
Yeah.
Roll it's nothing on the obstacle roll.
Should hopefully be able to block from there. Yeah, that looks great.
Not too bad. Like it.
Let's see. Hopefully green just does like a 2 forward. I'm a little worried about banks.
Bank should be fine.
We'll see.
3 bank is a bit fast, no? Would have preferred the 2 bank.
Blue drifts forward. Should clip that rock. We'll have to go over it again the next turn. Now blue's on 1, so this could kill it.
Yeah.
If not this turn, the next. Oh, and there it is.
Yeah. That was such a good choice from Ryan to go all into blue to make him ionized on that rock. Very beautiful. Yeah, and pink,
Ion
nothing
too
else
strong.
to do. Ion is strong. Control is very strong. I'm just not a fan of ion torpedoes.
Here's pink with the hard turn. Shouldn't be doing much this turn, but we'll see. Green rushes forward onto the rock.
Yeah, like it. Avoiding all the TIE fighters in front of him. Having good shot into pink.
2 straight from blue. Yep, we've got 2 shots into pink. Does pink have a shot back into that blue? No.
Don't think so.
So there's 2 calculates on the board. Oh, snap. Broadcloak. Gifted
Nice.
5s. 5 subs. Thank you very much.
Love
to
it,
see that.
Broadcloak.
Loves to see that bar fill up.
Yeah.
Thank you
He's
very
the
much.
broadest of all cloaks, for sure.
I think we need to start a tradition of wows in the chat when you get gifted a sub. All right. Well, here are our first blocks. Pink and the tubs both getting blocks, so they're not able to contribute calculates. But hey, look at this. T81 turns in. And in this position, the firing arc, when you're shooting, when T81 is shooting, he could take calculates from green and blue up at the top, right?
Oh,
Is
that's
that how that
really
works?
Well,
While
defend a perform attack. No, the enemy ship's firing arc.
Enemy ships, yeah, okay.
So, nope. So,
This
no
is gonna
trigger
be-
because all the enemies in arc of the TIE Fighter and the Vult Skerris have no calculate tokens.
I keep wanting to make it Rose Tico, right? Isn't it's just
Yeah,
like whatever
that's-
the attack arc is
Yeah.
during that attack. Okay.
Alright, Vult going for the target lock here. It's very safe, and he should be.
Gonna try and work on that yellow tub, which the only reason I wouldn't do that is because it's faster to kill a Trade Federation drone than a tub. But maybe he knows he's got to start doing it eventually, or maybe he's shooting the tub with plasma torpedoes, which is the most dangerous thing to Volt.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, I think. Oh, but that roll not great at all. Using fire control for 2.
Oh, and Ruthless.
Oh,
Yes!
nice.
He takes 1 on red, which I wonder why he didn't spread it out to yellow, because he gave up half points on that red Academy
No,
tie.
he's doing yellow. He's like, that
Okay,
was a
alright.
bad idea, changing it.
Yeah. There
Or
you
stream sniping, who knows?
go.
Ryan using the calculate from his mate to take only 1 damage after all.
Alright, that works out. T81, first shot of the game.
But no mods at all, like no frantic calculates, no nothing. Except for his ability, right?
Well, he's got his own calculate, doesn't he?
No, he had to spend it for the top.
Oh, okay.
Let me read the card
He's
again.
got the... Doesn't he have a lock out there somewhere?
That could be true.
I swear
He should have from the Protroid, right? Like, no idea where it is, but he most likely has a lock somewhere. Everybody reading the card. So funny with the hands.
So, he could use Yeah, so he can use calculates from ships in this TIE Fighter's arc, which would include blue.
Yeah.
But all that discussion, no focuses.
Two evades.
All right, pack it up, boys. T81, this
home.
bounty's over.
Let's go home. But you're right, like T81 is just the more complicated rows, and I don't like it.
All right. Ties.
Yeah, check. Focusing fire on the top.
One hit. Yellow tub. One evade.
One evade.
All right. Range 1. 3v2 into pink. One hit has a token. And is willing to spend 2 hits. Pink. One evade. Takes 1.
More into the top.
This one went over the debris, so it doesn't have any mods. One hit goes through. Blanks out on the tub. Yellow tub, 1 away from half.
Yeah. Pink has no shots, I guess, so that's all it for Empire, and I don't think that's enough damage. No. 2 on the top, 1 on pink. Top has the target lock on that TIE Fighter.
Yep, range 1. Gonna spin the lock.
For sure. Especially with the crit already waiting in the wings. Oh!
Great conversion. 2 evades. Takes the crit on yellow. That's going to be half points, maybe more. Direct hit.
More.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we will bury yellow. GG, well played.
Alright, JackSpartan getting the great block this turn, but he is running out of ships.
I want to believe Vult can clean up, but really needs to have a few more of these drones off the table before he can comfortably do that.
Yeah, for sure. 1 calculate from network available. Droid's feeling like a force user. 2 more into green. Not dead yet, but close.
Yep, another shot into green. This could take it off the board. Ooh, with crit. Need 2 natural evades.
Nope.
Nope.
Good results, but no focus token to spend. And that's 3 TIE Fighters down already from the 5. And we are not finished yet, right? More shots incoming.
Oh boy. We got shots into pink. Now that one has an evade. One hit. Oh, it was 3 dice for the range 1.
Yeah, range 1. Alright, survive that, and only blue left, I guess.
Range 2 this time.
Nothing.
2 blanks. All right. So you got 2 TIE Fighters and Vult?
Yeah. Against, let us call it, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemy ships.
Yeah, you have removed 1 Trade Federation drone from this list.
That was like the biggest advantage for Spartan, right? Like his TIE Fighters moving first for the blocks, and he could utilize that trick 1 single time in that game, in this game so far.
Yeah. I mean, he just got caught coming around the rock. He's out of position a little bit. Pink wasn't even able to face the enemy. We had the 1 TIE Fighter had to go over the debris, so didn't have the token. So their shots weren't great. They did get the blocks, but it didn't matter too much. Rocker saying Volt's position also not great. Yeah, facing a debris. not in a great place to do any full throttle 3-speed maneuvers.
Yeah, Vult is more or less forced to disengage this round as fast as possible and then do his K-turn tricks and get behind the enemy formation to hunt. But the problem with disengaging with Vult is like you need his firepower to kill an enemy droid.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like... I don't know if now is the time for the heroic one bank from Vult.
Would be quite fun, actually. Alright. A red TIE fighter. I think you try to stay in this position here. Just to annoy the enemy droid formation. Ping will turn in.
Yeah, we'll get the one hard turn. The sit and spin from green. That red TIE fighter is stressed. Its blues don't really help him too much.
Oh, I see totem in the chat. Calling for Scum to get an upgrade card to give network calculations to them. You got that in first edition, guys. That's enough.
I mean, you got IG-88A, right? He can shuffle some calculates around.
Yeah, true. You got the Probots, you got Count Dooku. You got your stuff already.
We don't have... Scum does not have Dooku.
JW4 asking, how do you get the move list to pop up in TTS? You mean like in TTS the game or like on stream?
Oh, this is part of the overlay. If you want to see a ship's maneuver dial, though, where's the maneuver card? Is that in Joe Schmo's workshop mod?
I don't know, but you don't need... Is it already included? I don't think it's included, right? So yeah, I think it's in the workshop link.
So this card right here, if you drop it on the base of a ship, it will show you the maneuver dial, or you can grab one of these. I think this is in Crazy Vulcan's mod. Has most ships and all of their maneuvers on cards.
Yeah. I think all of the ships right now, like, you should have updated it, I think, already.
Okay.
But yeah.
Ooh, there's the spin and a roll for green. Makes room for his buddy. Welcome aboard, Blue Trade Federation drone.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. One free barrel roll. Rolls to the left.
He had to do the one free because that center rock is he's full. You can only maximum have 2 droids on rock.
And you can't roll onto it. You have to flip your config from the maneuver.
Yes.
Pink. Another strutting droid.
Yeah. Ah, man, I don't like it that red went off of the way. Like, could have been some good blocks here, maybe, to disrupt Ryan's formation.
Yeah, maybe. There's the one hard from DIS, and boy, it feels like there's a lot of things gunning for Vult now. Like maybe he's the big threat here.
Could do like the nifty turn to the right, maybe, to avoid lots of arcs. Let's see what JackSpartan saw in the future. The one bank!
Ooh.
I think it's not too bad, actually. Like, you're getting shot by only 3 of the 6 ships.
The silver lining. Uh-oh. Johnny Ray. Sorry, the Supreme Chancellor of Hexiled Gaming has arrived. I just want to shout him out. Thank you very much.
Always.
See palps in the chat for Johnny. But yes,
I mean,
tell me more.
You could get... like, silver lining, you could get lucky here. You shoot the top in range 1 with a target lock. You try for the 4 crit roll.
Okay.
And then just kill yellow.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, you
that's
got
one crit.
one out of
We have
4
the
ain't bad.
rerolls. We have the rerolls. We have the technology.
All right.
Just 3 more crits. Not enough. Ruthless. Is that range? Range 1, right? So no TIE fighter. Yeah, he should have parked it red in the old spot to get Ruthless.
Yep, he's gonna give up
Alright,
half
but
points
it's-
on. Oh, yep, he's doing it.
Can he? Is it range? Range. Oh, of the defender, right? So yeah, okay, it works. It actually works. But no, double evades, netties. Direct
Two
hit.
natural
Could
evades.
kill top.
Let's see. It's a wounded.
Alright.
The tub lives.
Oh, Ruthless did work, and man, it was so close.
Yeah, I do appreciate all that work, giving up points on the TIE fighter to try and get that tub out of here.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite make it though. Just lean on those defender greens.
I think that was, in the end, was the right call. Like, that was a good chance to kill yellow here, and then you just take 2 shots from the vultures, which is kind of right against the defender.
There he goes. He takes it out. Unfortunately, it's at initiative 1, so yellow will still get to shoot.
Yeah.
Punches through a damage sensor array, which doesn't matter for this attack. Now, Volt's still going to take a range 1 primary, but getting that plasma off the board has got to be... Oh! 3 hits.
Oh my god!
The defender greens! Funlock! What happened to the tyrannical 3 greens? There's
I think
nothing
they gave
there!
up. They gave up after watching the top not dying.
Please. All right, now give me the count. How many more of these shots do we have? Was it 3 shots?
3
I have 2
altogether.
left. Okay.
Yeah. That is a fine shot here. That should be doable for 3 green dice. Okay. And then one
Okay.
more, right? One more time. Daft Punk, remember them.
R.I.P.
Roger, roger.
Oop, yep, we gotta calculate for that. Hit crit. Yeah, not again! Half points on Volt.
Jesus
Panicked.
Christ.
Ah!
I take everything back in my life. 3 green dice are
Yeah.
fine.
You know what, Dion? Pull the tyranny of 3 green shirt down. Doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, burn all those shirts. Like, they don't deserve to be sold anymore. Oh man, that was a bit rough for Vult here, because I think in the end it was the correct choice to go with the 1 bank. According to Gate of Storms, to the calculator, 50% chance of killing the top. So I would take the gamble when you're behind.
Just checking to see if Volt had to go over the debris this turn. It doesn't look like it, but...
Nah, should be fine. Should be fine. He is not stressed, right? That's on the Vulture, so he can do his 4K tricks.
He certainly could. I don't know that it would be advantageous, but he would get to shoot again.
Mhm.
Hey, Pink is...
Oh no, it was Panic Pilot, right? It was Panic Pilot as a crit, so he is stressed.
Double stress, yeah, but you can still white 4K.
It's true, but then you don't get your tasty evade. But maybe you have to do the 4K because you will be dead soon if you don't turn around and don't shoot.
I want to see T81 get shot once this game and roll triple natural evades, just to rub it in on that defender.
I'm betting all my points here on the fact that TI will never use his ability.
Oh! Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
But that is
But
not
he's
a
here for
requirement
support,
of
right?
bounty matches.
Yeah, he's just here for support.
Yeah.
For moral support for his mates.
Red clips the gas cloud, takes a strain, hanging out on 1 health. Blue. Strutting. Green. Rotates. Raviolo. Today there are a lot of bounty hunters, yeah. People get excited. Start of the month. These new bounties. Red. Onto a rock.
I mean, you want to start earlier, right? Like, if you just start too late in the month, it's getting very hard to take enough bounties to go to the top.
Yep.
So early lead wouldn't be too bad. And Ryan, he was primed and ready for this bounty here, right? He was just waiting for you to start the stream.
Johnny, I'm flying 5 Daredevil I3 Tri-Fighters in Candid's League. Woo! There's the 3K. Watch T81 do successful K turns. Okay, there we go. He's like, you think that's cool? All right, so in the attack arc of Vult, you've got the Techno Union Bomber where they calculate. You've got 2 calculates from blue and pink. So T81 could spin those calculates if he shoots Vult or Vult shoots him. Okay.
Yeah, he could.
I think that's how that works.
I think it's should be right. Like, oh man, they should have just copied Rose here. Like, oh,
3 natural hits. Getting 1 throw on pink. Oh my! Pink, please. Gives up half
just
points.
Needed 1 blank and that, like, a little bit salt in the wound, right? Like we're just defending better than the defender.
Oh man, that's one way to put it. Here we go. Now, calculates in this attack arc, maybe 1 from pink? I think it's happening? He may decide that it's not working, but... Oh, in the defender's attack arc. Yeah, not your attack arc. Again...
It's the defender. It's the anti-Rose. The opposite.
Defender or attacker. The opponent.
And he's using it! He's using the ability here! Look at that. I was wrong. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
TI-81. T81, not TI. T81. Single-handedly winning the game.
He just sniped a defender from range 3!
Using his ability.
Well, you're going all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh boy. TIE fighters.
I think defenders all over the world just lost their right to call themselves defenders. They're just simple ties now.
Blue takes 1. They're offenders. I find that defense offensive.
Very much.
2 hits, range 1. Thinking about spinning that focus. Come on, dude. Go all in.
Go. Yes. He's so far behind.
Nope.
No, Jack.
He still believes. Takes 1 on pink. Hey! There you go.
Getting rewarded. But yeah, no. Everybody shoots back.
Yeah, we've got... Hey, only 3 arcs.
God. Right, 3 agility dice, 3 greens.
Hey, all pink!
Perfect!
Save that
Easy
focus.
dodge. Nobody was afraid of that shot.
Oh!
Again.
Ryan, please! Alright, well, that shit is dead.
1 shot kill. Easy peasy for Vulture. Alright. 1 TIE fighter against the world on 1 half.
Yeah.
Can he do it? Can he survive the return shot here?
There's a
not obstructed,
2v2.
Yep.
Strained TIE fighter.
Oh no.
That's the calculate for 2.
Needs 2 netties.
No.
Nope.
There it is.
Okay, GG.
Red is dead. GG. Congratulations to Mr. Staniszewski walking away with the first bounty of this month. T81 has been claimed. Congratulations to him. Thank you to JackSpartan for the game. Thank you, Funwalk, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thanks, everybody, for watching. That'll do it for this match. Until next time, this is Scott from Hexiled Gaming, signing off.